What's up, family? This is the Las Vegas Cowboy. So, I really wanted to stay away from political stuff on this channel, but we're going to scratch the surface a little bit. We're going to talk about what's country, okay? We're going to talk about what's country, family. What do you consider country? Now, we're going to go over a couple of areas that might not, that everybody's going to have different viewpoints. We're going to talk about things that are somewhat taboo to people, but I want to do this as an educational video. I don't want to bash anybody for how they think and what they think. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty, to the nuts and bolts, right? So, I have never bashed anyone from calling themselves a cowboy. Now, once again, we're going to go to the origins of things. We're going to go to what do you consider a cowboy? Well, let's go back to the origins. The origins of the word cowboy was a derogatory word. It was a word to put someone down. It wasn't a word. It wasn't a lifestyle. It wasn't a trade. It wasn't. It just wasn't. And I know a lot of people are going to say, no, it was a trade. No, it wasn't. It started off. If you look up the word, it means, and I don't want to use profanity on my channels. So it meant a female dog. And boy, is a I've said this to people being from Louisiana. The N-word definitely bothers me, but if you really want to set me off, especially in my younger days, don't call me a boy. That word it just does something to me. Don't call me boy. It's a very, very derogatory and disrespectful thing. Now, of course, when the word came about, a lot of the people were hands, okay? So, yes, you're going to find a lot of connection to people working in the field, to people working on the farm, to working on a ranch. But their jobs were different. So, like I said, it wasn't a title as a job. It was a derogatory word. If you have anybody on here that what you guys like to say is a conspiracy theorist or so-called woke person, and I am, like I am, do you guys believe that they tell the truth in movies? Okay. Well, if you guys want to go back to the scene in the Django where they finally get to the farm and they were upstairs and the Django was in I guess this was a little gambling room that they had in the house. And the Django wasn't a ranch hand. He was a bounty hunter. And he was perpetrating as a fight guy, or whatever the hell he was called. He wanted to buy a buck, right? So when Django was sitting at the bar, he said, "Who did this cowboy think he is?" He wasn't calling him a cowboy because he was out there in the field. He was calling him a cowboy because he was. That's what the word cowboy was, a derogatory, just like when you say the N-word. It's not. It didn't start off as a derogatory word. It was something that was turned into a derogatory word that people now want to say they own it, they claim it, but you have to know the origins of the word. N-E-G-U-S. So I'm going to ask you guys to do some research, find the origins of that word cowboy. It was directed towards us. So once again, once it got popular, once they started doing events, because and like I said, I don't want to go too deep. I want to stay on the surface. So once you start, people started having events, and they saw these cowboys performing in these shows, and it got popular and everybody wanted to be a cowboy. Now other people wanted to claim that name cowboy. It started with us. Okay? So that's because I know the history, I don't trip on you wanting to be called a cowboy. But how dare you say that we can't? How dare you say that someone that doesn't live in the city, or someone that doesn't live here, or someone that doesn't come from this background can't call themselves a cowboy? Okay? Once again, this is educational. So do your research. Go back and dig through some books. And I always tell people when they're talking about history, it's going to take a while, man. Even though we have all this great technology, you got to find books that you can relate to, because they're going to give a lot of this to Hispanics. But then you got to realize the origins of Hispanics. And then you got to say, oh, wow. And your head is going to go, and you're going to see the truth. So the word cowboy, I don't get involved. Like I said, I don't get involved with who can call themselves a cowboy and who can't. If that's what you want to be, that's what you want to be. Cowboy up. It is what it is. Now, the Western gear, when you want to dress Western, once again, it all is connected, right? So this Western gear comes from the ranchers, the farmers, the country guys. Those, you have people in the same in the same era, living on different sides of the country that dress the same. I must say this, they did dress the same. They did wear the Western attire, but they also dress different. You go to the East Coast and West Coast, and during that time, it was mostly Hispanic attire on the West Coast. But you go on the East Coast, it was more button-ups and tall tails and stuff like that during those eras. So you will have generational gaps when it comes to fashion. But once again, when you go down to the origins of Western attire, you can't exclude us from that. You can't say that we didn't have a hand in that fashion. So if the word cowboy came from us, and that same style exists today, when you see those original pictures, even when you go to the Hispanic world and you see those original pictures, they had on cowboy boots, they had on jeans, they had on some thick ass shirts back in the day. Those are all things that, once again, came from us. So if you want to get into this Western attire, who are you to say who can and who can't wear it? Music, okay. The music thing, come on, family. Come on, people. Come on, people. When you start looking up, just look up the origins of country music. I think the first thing they're going to talk about is the banjo. Where did that come from? Where did the banjo come from? You guys wasn't playing no banjo. You guys wasn't playing no guitars. That's come from us. You damn sure wasn't playing no drums. You damn sure wasn't playing. So those are the two major components of country music: guitar, drums. Keep digging, and you'll see that style of music came from us. And like I said, educational purposes. I want you guys to start digging. I don't want you guys leaving derogatory comments before you do your research. I want you to do your research and then come back and say something. Let's have an intellectual conversation. Then come back and say something. Go do your research. Then come back and say something. Did it start off the way country music is today? Did it start off like that? Close to it. My woman left me. My dog left me. I've been walking 20,000 miles. I mean, it's the same sad blues type feel to it. We originated from we originated the music. We originated that style. We originated all of that. And now you're going to tell me somebody of this color isn't country? You're gonna say who can and can't sing country music? I think some people need to be very careful of what they say. I'm even talking about people that I grew up watching, man. Like the dude that played in the Dukes of Hazzards, John Snyder, I think that's his name. Dude, you from New Jersey, bro. How you gonna say somebody from Texas can't sing country music? And then you got people talking about these guys are posers and they're frauds. He's allowed to do it, but then you want to call out somebody else because what you don't like you embodied and embraced a guy from New Jersey that had a country western album that played on one of the most popular shows. I grew up on Dukes of Hazzards, one of the most popular shows out there. Wasn't successful in country music, but he's deemed okay. But I watch other country artists dog, and I'll say this, y'all. I haven't even listened to the music, so I can't critique the music. I'm critiquing you saying somebody can't do something. Okay, get that? Make sure we're on the same page. I'm critiquing you as somebody that wasn't one of the originators or come from the line of the originators telling other people that they can't do something that they want to do, love to do. Maybe they're dabbling in it, but you are telling somebody that they can't do that. That is just asinine to me. That is crazy to me. The fashion, the lifestyle, the music, all originated from us. And we can't partake in it now. All of a sudden it's taboo that a black person, is singing country. We forget that the instruments that you guys are playing and holding come from African culture. And you guys want to say that we can't be a part of this or somebody can't be a part of this? And it amazes me. It shocks me. It really does. It behooves me that people have the gall. And once again, I want you guys to understand this is something that I'm born country, y'all. I'm born country. I'm born in the woods. Farming, ranching, hunting, digging ditches, baling hay. Whatever you want to say that is country, I did it. Just because somebody didn't do what I did, that doesn't make them a poser. Hell, I haven't done that shit in 30 years. So what? I'm not country anymore? I can't call myself a cowboy anymore because I haven't baled hay in 30 years? I like to wear pro clubs with my Wranglers. I can't say I'm country because I like to wear pro clubs. I can't call myself a cowboy because it's been popularized to the point where you don't see a lot of black people in it anymore. I can't call myself a cowboy. And the word originated with us. I can't wear cowboy boots. I can't show things like that because of what? Because I live in Las Vegas? But it's okay for a guy from New Jersey to put a whack-ass country album out, to go play on a show, jump in a car, running from the cops, being an outlaw, being rebellious, and that's cool. But we can't partake in certain things because you think it didn't come. Well, I don't know what y'all think. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I don't know what the general public thinks. I don't know what these actors and people like that think. I know this, like I said, I just want to scratch the surface I want you guys to do the research on these three little topics that I talked about when it comes to the attire, when it comes to the music, and when it comes to cowboy, just being country. I didn't wear my cowboy hat today. And once again, I'll say this, and there's going to be a video about the hats that I wear. I wear felt and felt only. I did not come up where I'm a little old school. I'm 52. I did not come up where I saw a cowboy and I watched a cowboy and he switched hats. I didn't see that. I saw felt. You know where I saw straw hats at? I saw straw hats at the fair. I saw straw hats. You come in and you win a prize, and they would take the straw hat and you would get a white straw hat, and they would paint your name on it or paint a slogan on it, or Louisiana, or the leaf. They'll paint that on it, and they'll give it to you as a prize at the fair, at the county fair, or the parish fair. I wasn't in the counties back then, but parish fairs. So that's what and I'm not going to bash anybody from wearing a straw hat. I understand it's cool, but I live in hot Las Vegas. I'm not buying a straw hat. That just doesn't equate to me. And I understand now y'all have seasons for the straw hat. When it's hot, I wear these hats. Or I just don't want to wear a cowboy hat. I'll wear my regular fitted baseball hat. These are custom. I got this one. I made this up. And I'll tag the people on here about these hats, because once again, I'll do a video specifically about hats. Once again, I was raised that's your favorite hat, that's your hat. That's the hat. Look, man, I've been around guys that had one hat and one hat only. And like I told you guys in the other video, the lifestyle is the lifestyle. I would see guys get dressed up, put on some nice jeans, put on a nice button up, put on an old dingy ass hat and their work boots. The boots that they've been working in all day. They might brush them off, hit them off a little bit, and that's their church outfit. That's their going to dinner outfit. Once again, I don't do that. I don't do that. I think I have right now about 8 hats. I don't do that. But I'm not knocking anybody that did it, and I'm not going to bash anybody that still does it, because that's how we saw things when we were kids. We saw that. We saw that lifestyle. We saw people knock the dirt off their boots. Their wife want to go to the bar. Their wife want to go to dinner, or it's Sunday and they want to go to church, or whatever the case may be, and they'll put on a nice shirt. They'll throw on some jeans. They'll put on them same boots that they've been working in all day. They'll put on the same baseball. I've seen some people baseball hats, so I'll be like, dude, this is time to let that go. You need to set that on fire. And they will lose their mind if they cannot find that baseball hat or that cowboy hat. So stop with all the who can and who can't and doing this stuff when it comes to this Western lifestyle. If you're part of it, be a part of it. I don't like the disrespect when it comes to us. I don't like the disrespect when it comes to you're not being an originator. You're not being a founding father of this institution. You're not a founding father of this institution. This country, cowboy, Western institution, you're not a founding father. So who are you to dictate who can partake? Who are you to dictate who? and here's the, like I said, I don't want to go too deep on it. I'm gonna wrap it up, family. So do your research. Find the origins of these things. I gave you great clues. I gave you great gems. Take your time, study, and I'll see you guys down the road. All right, cowboy up.